Yeah, I hit something on his phone. I'm not on my phone. I had to get so I'm this little
I was
case on here. My
I
wife's
was like
thing is throwing me off.
I was like his phone died because that shit happens to me all the time.
Nah, I hit the wrong
Um,
button, and when I came back in, the volume was off. Like I couldn't hear you. I don't know why it's doing. I think I'm gonna take my phone to Apple probably tomorrow. Cause I'm off tomorrow. I'll probably take it in there and let them reset my thing because I'm on my wife's phone because mine like when I got on I couldn't hear you. So
oh, okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Cali.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm in Phoenix.
Okay, yeah, it's funny because that's mainly a lot of boxing heads like West Coast. So it's gonna be Arizona. You said you was
Oh
going to a lot of them fights in Vegas. You right up the way. So
yeah, I've gone to a ton of fights in Vegas, and I've gone a couple times to LA to catch some fights.
yep,
But
I've drove to Arizona before. It's only 12 hours. So I already know.
oh shit, but you're North Cali.
Yep, how you know? You yeah.
Well, you said 12 hours. I was like, shit. I always go to San Diego, so that's like 4 hours for me. So I'm assuming you're up north.
Yep. And then because it's because LA's about 5 hours from us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's like when like right now I was looking at I always try to go. I went to I went to Benavides, Durrell. Well, I was there for the Spence and what the hell's his name? I don't know why I'm forgetting his name.
was
Who's
it
the other guy?
who did
Porter.
Spence? Oh,
Porter.
okay, yeah.
Spence Porter was the main event, and Benavides and Durrell that's when he got his belt back. And then I went to Spence. I went to Benavides Plant and Benavides Andrade. I was there for those two.
I was at Benavides Andrade. What was that? That was at the man. I'm at the Mandalay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that. I think on the undercard, wasn't it? It was Mooney. It was Mooney and what's the name on the undercard? Right? Nakatani put that boy to sleep on the undercard, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't even. It's been a little while. I don't even remember. But
I
yeah,
think
that's what.
I think he put it. I think he put. I remember that because he put him to sleep bad. Like I think he had to get. I think they had. Oh, he may have got up after, but it was bad. Like a Nakatani knocked out Mooney bad. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. He
Yeah,
was
so
laid out.
I try to go. I was gonna. I didn't like the. That's what I mean. Everything is orchestrated to try to build a career and like these fights for Benavides have been pretty good. Like to me, if he was really about and he doesn't control. He thinks he controls his situation, but it's really his advisors that are telling him do this and do that.
Who's about Benavides?
Yeah, anybody
I think
really.
I think I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like I'm not even going front, right? The what you're saying, it actually is like the most sensible like narrative that doesn't agree with mine that I've ever heard somebody like spit and really have like a lot of points that actually kind of make some sense. But the one thing that I think you're not calculating in that I keep trying to bring a point to, like when it comes to this game, is that what you're saying is partly true, but what I'm trying to get people to see, what I'm saying is that the range of that is wider based on the capabilities of the fighter. See what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
because the team, the manager and the team is going to let them do certain things
Based on their
because
capability.
they agree. They're like, okay, he's ready for this situation.
Exactly. So if your guy is a certain type of guy, handle more. Okay, let's say, okay, for instance, like, okay, you're saying, they're gonna take the biggest money fight. True. But if your guy is dangerous and he could like Crawford's range of guys he could beat is way wider than a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he got way more options. I could beat him, I could beat him, I could beat him. Like who you want me to fight? I could beat them all. You see what I'm saying? But certain
Yeah,
guys, they're marketable, but they don't have that range. Like I can't beat him. We know that. You can't beat him. You can't beat him. But we got to figure out how to maneuver you so you can get these money fights and kind of stay away from the guys who you probably will lose to. Or if you're gonna lose, then it gotta look good towards like, oh, he went for greatness. Like, okay, if we're gonna lose, let's lose the Bivol. See what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
No, yeah, and
that's
that's so to me, I wished at the time, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I was like, man, if Benavides would go up to 175 and wipe out get undisputed at 175, that's like the perfect scenario for everybody, right?
yeah.
Because now you have Benavides that's considered a great he beat Bivol, he beat Beterbiev, and he's the top dog at 175. He has the belts. He's marketable. What I mean, maybe not marketable because just because you beat those guys doesn't mean you're gonna make money. It's just you're more recognized in the sport as being a beast.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why the Mexican fan base don't get behind Benavides, man. That's very interesting to me. Like,
It's
like I see that's what they're trying to do because there's certain fan bases who have all the money. You know what I'm saying? And if
it's
you can
because
go
you
ahead,
you.
I'm curious. Go
So
ahead.
what kind of this is what from a Mexican. I'm a Mexican American, right?
Yeah,
Benavides from Phoenix too. I'm from Phoenix,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
I go to Mexico 2-3 weeks out of the year. I'm more Mexican, right? But I'm not considered Mexican, right? To
Yeah.
Mexican. So in Mexico, when they talk boxing, like say the black community, the American community, people overseas, they see brown skin and they see someone with the flag, they automatically say, "Oh, he's Mexican." But us Mexicans, we're
Shut up,
like,
Hyperon. You shut up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
like us Mexicans from Mexico, we say when we say, "Oh, who's the best Mexican fighters right now?" We're gonna give you like, "Oh, we're gonna say Navarrete." We're gonna say guys like that. That you guys are probably like, "Well, he's not that good." What about Bam and what about Benavides?
Y'all
But they
don't
don't.
consider Bam Mexican either?
No, they don't consider. They don't take them as well. Like when we, it's like when we talk of when if and I mean,
You're
and
a
obviously you wouldn't
thoroughbred.
know.
They got to be born from the soil.
Yeah, it's a nationality pride, right? Like the pride of Mexico. And someone that's American born here, like you're not gonna have that same pride because you were born here. And yeah, you can love your roots and your heritage and this and that, but it's just not the same.
Damn,
And
that's
and
crazy.
people in Mexico see that different, right? So, but like like when Mike Tyson says, "Oh, the Mexican monster," it's like, wait, the Mexicans aren't calling him a Mexican anything because to them, he's not Mexican. Like
Hey,
in
that's deep.
boxing,
That's deep, right? That's deep right there, though, man. Because that's some insight into the culture and understanding, like why differences. Because I'm like, Benavides is a dog. Why aren't they getting behind
oh
Benavides?
yeah, he
It's like
and
it's,
and
they're more
if you
so.
would
They're more so behind Pit Bull. It seems like then. But I see why now. I
exactly
see why though. I see why now. You
exactly.
feel me? I see why. So.
This is
But
it's
what
not
about Ryan? What about Ryan? Where is
oh
Ryan's fan base coming from?
he's not even in the his fan base is
YouTube,
YouTubers and
internet. Okay.
yeah, it's not Mexican fan base, but so that's just talking about in boxing though. Like outside of boxing, yeah, we can say, "Oh yeah, he's Mexican," and "Oh yeah, come on over. You're part of the family." But when we're talking about just boxing, the pride of like of the history of Mexican boxing, they're not gonna let anybody just in just like that.
I
Like
see.
you gotta be born in typically born in Mexico. Because there's some guy. Well, like say even De La Hoya. De La Hoya had a big fan base, and
Yeah, he
he,
was another one. I think he got it. He was able to do that.
but he's still not. If well, obviously you wouldn't because I'm sure you don't speak Spanish. But if you're ever like in like podcasts or anything that's Mexicans talking about boxing, no one says, "Oh, De La Hoya is one of the who's the greatest Mexican." Like it's Chavez, Salvador Sanchez, all these other greats, right? But it's never Mexican Americans that get brought into the conversation.
That's deep right
It-
there. That's deep right there. I like that. That's some jewels right there. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
I'm like I be trying to understand that because you know what I'm saying because I see the little promotion games they play like they keep trying to recreate the De La Hoya image. They did it
oh yeah,
they successfully did it with Ryan though they did it and then they're trying to do it with Emilio but Emilio don't have the fighting capability of Ryan even Ryan or damn sure not De La Hoya but he don't even have the
yeah,
capability of even Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
They're trying to build him. I mean, he hasn't really fought any great talent,
because you
but
don't have to.
he
You
goes
don't
out
have
there and he does the interviews in Spanish and he's all about the culture and stuff. But he's just like you said, he's not that talented. He's gonna eventually, like soon enough, he's gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah, he don't have it. When I
I mean,
say that, people get
he's
mad at me.
solid. I,
Yeah.
if he's gonna do. I mean, I want him to do good, but I just don't think he's that good.
Nah, he doesn't.
Um,
By this level, people are like, "Oh, he's only 21." He keeps saying it too. I'm only 21. Give me a chance to grow. But it's like when you come into this game already, 18, 19, it don't matter which age you're gonna come with what you have. So if whatever talent, like Ryan, he had a left hook all through his amateur career, left hook all through his career. You feel me? You go back and watch left hook all his career. So it's like, okay, what do you have that you're really good at? He don't really have nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
and then especially he doesn't have that pop
exactly that.
that neutralizes anything, but he doesn't have it. So as
Exactly.
soon as he steps up in a level of talent, it's gonna be
It's
real
gonna be
tough for him.
bad. It's gonna be bad. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But that's what they're
but
gonna they're gonna try to move his career like Mungia, like Berlanga. They're gonna try to like bring him along, try to hide him away from certain guys, but keep hyping him up, and then try to sell him for a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Which on a career level for a guy, who his whole life is based on fighting, I respect it. They're gonna move his career, he's gonna make a little money here or there and save him up for a big $1 million fight. And hey, that's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even make $1 million in their whole life. So, if you're
yeah,
able to
yeah,
get to a $5, $10 million fight, hey man, you won. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And the only thing with him too, at least like he's active. Like he'll fight 2, 3 times a year. Like
yeah,
he's putting in the work, but I don't think he'll have it when it
yeah.
really comes to it.
For sure. That's what I'm
But
trying to tell people. Like, they're like, he's only 21. You look at Abdullah Mason, he's 22, champion at 21. Or like other guys who were okay, even if he wasn't pro, he wasn't like a high ranking amateur either. You know what I'm saying? So, he wasn't a standout amateur. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But getting back to the whole Mexican thing, it was funny when I mean, like I said, how it went. Even it was probably both fights at the Plant and the Andrade fight with Benavides. You'll see a couple fans with Mexican flags and somebody will start the Mexico chant, and I just look around and it's like you hear Mexico, Mexico, and crickets after 3 seconds. It's like, all right, so this isn't a and that's what I'm saying about so Mexican like you'll get so much passion about Mexican fans with their Mexican fighters because we don't have anything else to in sports to be like, hey, like look at us, like where we could identify with, right? Like
yeah.
say the black community, right? If you said, oh, fuck boxing, like, oh well, I watch NBA, like, oh, we got all these superstars, black superstars that we could relate to. Oh, we got football, we could relate to. We got college football, college basketball, all these different sports. Me- uh, Mexican sports fans, we just when someone does good in boxing, we're like we back them up because it's like a national pride thing, like, oh, we're doing it for our country type of deal. So that's why it becomes like a bigger deal. And like when you see a black fighter, no one's out there with an American flag and hey, this is for my country. Like it's just I'm
Yeah,
good
we're,
and I
we're
kick
in
it.
a yeah, black people are in a very unique situation that a lot of people don't understand. It's because like really we have an identity issue with America. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, yeah.
like
I mean,
most of us.
understandably.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So most of us, it's weird because it's like we don't really want to like bang America, and then America really don't claim us either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
it's very awkward. Like, and that's why when you even see like in Olympics and certain stuff, it's like America. They kind of mess with us sometimes when we do certain things, but I don't know. It's weird. Like it's not like an American thing. Like like oh the American. Other countries see us and say the Americans. But like America doesn't get behind us. Like he's an American. He's representing America. I think only like
Yeah.
maybe in the Olympics. That's it. Other than
And
that,
but you see like the passion in other countries where they're crying and they're holding their flag because they take a lot of pride in that, but
exactly.
Americans don't. But that's why you get people passionate about boxing like that because that's all we have.
Yeah,
In
it
terms
makes
of
sense.
like that's what's relatable, right? Because maybe there's soccer too, right?
I
You'll
want to
say,
say, I want to
oh
say, yeah, soccer. I don't
yeah,
watch soccer, but I know that's the other thing where a lot of them are into soccer and boxing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because you're that's the only like if they're gonna the soccer team is here in Phoenix, like, oh, everyone comes to watch. Oh, the soccer team's in anywhere, like everyone's gonna go support because it's a like, oh, that's my country, that's my pride. So that's why they're not just gonna say, oh, Benavides is from Phoenix and his mom's from Ecuador. Like, all right, yeah, yeah, we're gonna cry for him. Like, it's different. It's
Yeah.
just not the same.
Now it makes sense because it's like it's not like you. They don't look at him as my countryman, and then he doesn't like he speaks more English than he does Spanish most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So I
And
don't
he
even
and
know.
he try, he does interviews in Spanish. He speaks okay, and he can he I'm sure he has a little bit of culture, but it's just I have a lot more culture than him, and I wouldn't even be accepted either.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting because I
I'm
seen the movie Selena. I remember it makes me think about the movie Selena's where they were talking about that and they were like. They were talking about like how like they're like you need to go out here speaking Spanish, and she was like I don't speak Spanish, you know what I mean? But they're trying to get her to lean into that, you know what I'm saying? I remember like
oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
interesting, man.
even here in Phoenix, because there's like obviously pockets of a lot of like pretty much Mexican from Mexico culture that if you don't speak us, like people look at you weird, like, oh well, you don't belong here. You're not like us. And then you go over there to nice areas in Scottsdale or wherever, and it's like, oh, that what you just kind of feel like they're looking at me a certain way, like
Yeah,
I don't
you
belong
like
here.
that's like this like the movie. She's like I'm not Mexican enough for the Mexicans, and I'm too Mexican for the Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. Hey, that's interesting
Yeah,
though. That's very interesting. Like that even amongst you guys you have little issues like that because from the outside looking in to us it looks like you guys are just all super unified. You feel me? But it's like nah,
oh,
it's little pockets of
and I think
favoritism and segregation too.
it's like that, I think, with any it's like saying, "Oh, like these white people that live in the trailer park and oh, the rich people that live in like they're going to look at, there's categories and everything and people are
Yeah.
going to shit on somebody and even if they're their own skin color, like it's crazy, but that's just the way it is."
For sure. I was always wondering about that. 'Cause I'm like, man, they don't really rock with Benavidez. It's like, cause Benavidez is putting in all the hard work. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like he working
Well, I
hard.
think I think so. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just speak boxing, like no one's gonna hate Benavidez. Like, and if they do, it's like they're just idiots, right?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
how are you gonna hate someone that's like? I mean, obviously, to me, I was like, I wish he would have taken on other bigger fights, but he had, it's whatever, right? But he's a beast. He's fun to watch. He's,
What fight you think Benavidez didn't? I feel like Benavidez just tried to take on everything he possibly could have. You feel me?
No, I mean, it's all right. I just like I said, with them trying to build him, it was like, all right, we got Plant for you. Now's the time to take him out. Andrade's gonna come up and fight you. That's another name that we can use to sell a pay per view.
You fought
When
Morrell. Morrell was young and
Yeah,
dangerous. That was a dangerous fight.
I like Morel. I like that fight. Even though like Morel, like, oh, everyone's always like, oh, well, he's only had 11 fights or whatever.
But
But
he's a
then again,
Cuban. The
it's
Cuban. That's
Morel's
how the
fault.
that's how the
It's
Cubans come along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a Morel thing where it's like, man, then why aren't you being more active and looking for fights? Like I wish, like I said, I wish he would have fought like earlier on, like say a Callum Smith, and I wish he would have moved up to 175 a lot sooner. But with him thinking like, oh, what if I get the Canelo fight? I could see where they didn't move him up.
Exactly.
But
He stuck
because
around. He
now
stuck around for a long time trying to get that Canelo fight. Sure.
Yeah, and the shitty part is though that now you got Better Biev that's going to be 42, and then you got Bivol that's about to be 36. So now it's like, all right, how much credit are we going to give him because he goes in and beats him? Like
I mean,
where someone
Bibble,
like could
Bibble still looking. Bibble still looks like he's still doing what he does at a high level. Better be 42, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you
because
had these
even Bivol,
wars.
right? Bivol coming off of back surgery and he's gonna fight a tune-up, and it's like, all right, he's gonna be almost 37 if then he's gonna fight Better Biev again for the third fight. Then he's gonna be 37, and then by the time he fights Benavidez, he's gonna be almost 38. So he's not gonna just right away, hey, next fight is gonna be Bivol. Like that's not gonna happen. So by the time they do make the fights, it's gonna be like Benavidez is gonna really be in his prime, and he's gonna be big. even bigger. Which and that's what I mean. I think competitive wise, like just for the best fighting at their for like Canelo fighting at the best time where Canelo still was physically able to because of his skill, it was like in 22, 23. And Bivol right now, I think maybe a year ago would have been like perfect for him and Benavides, like physically for both of them. Now I don't know. I don't know what Bivol is going to
Yeah.
be in 3 years or 2 years. Like,
Yeah, nah, I don't think. Yeah, you said Bivol. I thought you were talking about Canelo and Benavidez. I'm gonna say that's
oh
done.
no, 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 no. Canelo's already that it's and
That's fine.
and we can like even like so Canelo gets like a lot of hate from Mexican fans too because they're used to seeing,
The old
115 to
school
one.
Mexican fighters that fought. That's one thing I noticed too. Old school Mexican fighters, because that's what made me kind of like not like Canelo either. Because I remember the old school Mexican fighters, they would fight anybody. That's one thing. I even if they didn't win, even if you be like, okay, you can talk about his fight game, they fought anybody. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it was like that was to me like the Mexican heart, the Mexican. I'm like the old school Mexicans fought everybody, like De La Hoya. You feel me? Fought
That's the thing though. They were forced to fight because the promoters basically they were slaves to the promoter. Like the promoter was like, "All right, you're fighting this guy next. You're fighting that guy next." And it was like they didn't come from anything. They didn't have nothing. It was like, "All right, that's all right. I got to go to work. I got to go to work." And
that
that was
makes
the
sense.
mentality, I think.
That
So,
makes sense.
but
They went
now,
in there and fought their heart out though. So it was like to me, they
oh
didn't go
yeah,
in there and fight like a person that thought they was gonna lose. They didn't fight like a defeated fighter. They fought like they thought they could win. You know what I'm saying?
oh no,
So
yeah, and that's what a lot of praise of like, oh, the Mexican warrior and heart, and no matter if you're gonna lose, you're gonna go out on your shield.
exactly.
Even if you're not the most skilled, you're gonna go in there and get knocked out because you're gonna try your ass off. And that's what I think a lot of people that don't like Canelo, it's like, okay, first of all, he's not fighting at these small weight classes where they throw punches and bunches and it's an exciting, entertaining fight. He's fighting at these higher weight classes where one punch ends the fight.
Yeah.
And he was more of a skilled boxer, counter puncher that if you attack him, he can fight with you, but he chooses to be patient and box. And that's why and that where a lot of people where I can say, well, yeah, he's not the most if you compare him to other Mexican fighters, we
Like
can
Eric
say he's
Morales and Barrera and all
yeah,
them type of dudes.
yeah, you can say, oh, he makes the most boring fights compared to those guys. And yeah, because he's showing he boxes. He chooses to box and use his skill instead of like, all right, well, you hit me, well, I'm gonna hit you back and let's trade punches. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't fight like that. And that's why he's never taken a lot of punishment over his career because he wants to be a smart fighter. And a lot of people don't like that. It's like, no, we want to be entertained. Um,
Yeah, they want to see
yeah, so it's
wars.
yeah, yeah. They want blood and their head cut off. Even like a fight with Triple G, like and you'll get a bunch of casual fans and it's like, oh well, he just fights these tomato cans, and oh well, that guy sucked, and oh but that guy, oh he picked that one. It's like, man, anybody that he would have fought, you think is a scrub, or oh that guy was nobody. Oh well, it's just like, man, you got to at some point you got to give the guy credit.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
why that's why I don't take that when I want to criticize Canelo. I don't take that route because you can't do that because he fought so many people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's hard to be like, yeah, that guy. Even though I do feel like you know what I'm saying. A lot of like he did a lot of picking and choosing, but it's like it's so many. It's like I don't take that route with him. I just talk about like I try to point out and make it make sense. Like okay, he went to 160 and became undisputed, but he never did that nowhere else. And when you go back and look, it's because it was certain guys that are kind of in the way of that. Same thing with Gigi. Like like Gigi was like, oh Gigi did this, did this, but it was like, why didn't he just run over the divisions? You know what I'm saying? Because it was certain guys that were there. You feel me? And Abel Sanchez basically said it like, yeah, we had to do the best. I got the clip on my page. Like, oh, we had to make the best moves that were for Gigi. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
exactly. And I hate
yeah,
when he's forced to talk. Like, I was like, I hate when he
it's
does
a
it.
you got, and that's why I try. And that's what I'm saying. I try to be open minded to. Okay, let me think. all right, I'm not gonna think like the casual fan that just wants to see two guys fight. I'm like, let me understand it from their perspective and from the business perspective and the manager's perspective, all these things, right? And it's like, well, yeah, that makes sense why they wouldn't do this. And all right, I get it. Like, all right, I get. But to me, it's like at least be active. Like, I hate when guys are complaining about not being popular or not getting the fights, but they fight once every year and a half. It's like, damn, like fight somebody. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's not the best competition, it's like be out there, put your name out there, like go on the undercard of a big fight, like just to get your exposure, something.
Yeah.
But guys just sit there and don't do nothing.
Yeah, when you put it like that, and you say that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that about Boots. My favorite fighter right now is Boots. So I'm watching his career, and that's why people be like, "Oh yeah, nobody wants to hear that." When it comes to certain fighters, nobody wants to hear excuses. Gigi, they made excuses. Oh, everybody ducked him, blah blah blah. Boots, I'm like, man, like, but he's really like, even in a situation with Virgil, right? And people are like, "Oh, he didn't duck," and Virgil seemed trying to cover it up. But I promise you, they're like, "Oh, we were having issues with Golden Boy and blah." Virgil's gonna fight this year. He's gonna fight soon. He already talking about big announcement coming soon. That tells me that it wasn't an internal issue, because if it was, you'd be benched for what you did. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's not gonna get benched. He's gonna be active in the next couple months. I guarantee it. We're gonna hear him sign a deal next couple months. And that tells me that it wasn't an inside issue. Y'all just didn't want to deal with Boots. You feel me? And hey, I mean, if we're talking about from a fighter perspective, I understand, because I think Boots was gonna cook his gizzards something terrible. You know what I'm saying? he was he was gonna cook that ass something bad. You feel me? So
I like Boots too.
that's what I'm saying.
It just sucks that we don't get to see him in these fights we want to see him.
Not yet. He got to bust through like Crawford. He got to bust through. So it's like okay. So we got away from him. Now he's talking about. So when you think about it, okay, Virgil can get around Boots without damaging his career, you got to make some type of excuse so people have different narratives to run with, and then you pop back out and you get a Xander fight or something.
Oh, that's
Trust
another
me,
one
Xander
that
would rather fight Virgil over Boots for sure.
that's
You know what
another
I'm saying?
one where
So.
Xander's like he's been protected his whole damn career and he's not trying to make these big fights. He's not just trying to give up his belt.
Nah, but I think see with Xander, I think he will fight all the champions currently. So the thing we're gonna see with Xander probably won't get forced to fight one of these dangerous fights until after, like, it's gonna be a little second, because he's got options right now. You feel me? It's like, okay, you got the other champion, he got a boss. He knew he could beat a boss. You feel me? Okay, cool. Because boss is a flat-footed, come forward fighter. Xander, I was really watching Xander. He's got some capability. He moves his feet. He got a good jab. He can fight on the move. He's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's able to be the boss. I think they will stick him anywhere, Virgil. You know what I'm saying? Will they do it without a belt? I don't know, because he's lined up to be undisputed if he can get those other two belts. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and
and those are winnable fights for him.
like they're talking because I know they were kind of talking about that, but they were talking about the money, and he wanted to fight in Puerto Rico, and well, he has the belt, and what's the name doesn't, so the money has to be right.
Who for
So it's just
Virgil?
yeah,
I think he damn near beats Virgil. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he beats Virgil. You know what I'm saying? He won't beat him
I
as
don't
bad
think
as Boots is gonna beat him, but he's gonna beat him from the outside. I think so.
I don't think he has the pop to keep someone like Virgil off him,
He got the
but
feet. He got the feet. That's what he got to
yeah,
keep him off. It's those feet. Those feet are gonna be a problem for Virgil.
I just think Virgil kind of could bring the pressure to him and just kind of get through that. But
Yeah, it's
I don't
possible.
know.
It's
I don't
possible.
know. It's we. I just don't see it happening like in the next 2 years. So that's
I
what I'm saying. Like it seems like Xander. Like I've been hearing his name forever, and I'm just like, all right, when's he gonna actually have like a big fight? Like it's
true.
you know,
I mean,
but
I
that's
think his win
that's how it
over
is
a
with a lot of
boss.
these guys.
His win. The other guy was it Gallegos? It was somebody. That win was tough. That guy beat. I think that guy had beat what's the brother that was signed to Golden Boy, man? They was talking about him fighting Boots. I forgot who it was, but that was a good win. That guy had beat the other good brother. I forgot his name, man. They thought he was gonna beat somebody. I forgot his name. But he beat him, and then Xander beat him, and then Xander just beat the boss. The boss had the belt. I didn't know too much about the boss. I wasn't too big on the boss. I didn't think nothing about him. But he had a belt. Xander beat him. I think they're gonna. Who's the other two champions over there at 154? You got Josh Kelly.
Uh, what's his name? The tall dude, Fundura.
Oh yeah, see, I think they'll stick him in there with Fedor for sure. I think they'll stick him in there with Fedor, and I think he got a good chance to beat Fedor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got I got Fedor over Thurman. though. I think Thurman's too old, and he's in the cover that distance, get inside. I think that's gonna be a problem. Like I think when you're fighting a guy like Fedor, the issue is to get inside on guys already as it is. To get inside of a guy who's not even as tall as him, it's an issue to get inside on a guy who's constantly trying to step away. So him just being that tall and using his jab and all that type of little stuff, that's gonna be hell to get inside. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I mean when people talk about like uh like Canelo and fighting up these bigger fighters. I just think he was fast and athletic enough to be able to handle it. But now it's like, all right, you're short, you got short arms, and you can't move as good. You just want to come someone coming forward, like with Bibble, right? Like if he was talking about maybe a rematch with Bibble, it's like, man, like Bibble could likely still move too good, and you can't move at all. Like it's not a great matchup.
For sure.
Where someone like Benavidez is a better matchup because he can counter him, but eventually he'll get overwhelmed with too much firepower coming at him that he can't move his waist and get away uh, because he doesn't have the agility anymore. So like someone like Thurman trying to, with his age, trying to be able to get inside on Fundura, it's like, man, you got that jab constantly coming, 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 and you got to be quick enough to get out of the way, and you got to have enough reach to get to reach him to throw a good
Exactly.
to land. Like you can't do all that. There's the physical attributes you have just and the age just are working against you.
Exactly. And he's super weak to the body. He's super weak to the body. Thurman always gets hurt to the body. I think Pacquiao hurt him to the body. Who else? Who else caught him to the body? Like Thurman's been exposed for being weak to the body. So, I don't know if and Fedora likes to fight on the inside. I don't think he should fight on the inside a lot because then you kind of give Thurman a fair shot to catch you with some bullshit. You feel me? But if he does go to the inside and they do get on the inside, Fedora could hurt Thurman to the body. I think. You feel me? He catch him right, he could hurt him. Cause Thurman is weak to the body. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and
that's what I'm
like,
rolling with. Okay.
he's in and out so much that it's just like it kind of seems like it's kind of irrelevant, but it's something to watch, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's the names. You got
Yeah,
Thurman, Fedora, and we all know Fedora is just a freak of nature. So it's interesting to watch how people try to deal with him because he's just like, that's just crazy. He's like 6'5", 6'6" at 154. It's insane.
every
So
time I see him, I'm like, how is this possible? But
exactly.
he does he's strong and he has pop, so it's just like, well, I guess.
That's the thing too. He ain't punching like a fairy. He's got solid shots. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But Thurman can get lucky and land that little shot he keep talking about. Thurman swear he gonna knock him out. He praying for a knockout. And I don't like guys who go into a fight basing their fight on a knockout. Like I don't think you're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to chase a knockout. That's how you either get knocked out or you gas out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you start throwing wide and getting tired and getting caught and
exactly. You gotta let it come to you. You know what I'm saying? Not going there like, okay, I gotta knock him out to win. Like, nah, you need to box, set some stuff up, and then if it comes, it comes. But I think Thurman's like basing this off the knockout. So that's why I'm
yeah.
like, nah, I'm going with Fedora.
Yeah, that it's when is that? This is it this weekend?
I think
Or
I think it's just said the 28th. I thought I seen on there. Let me see.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's this weekend. That's this
Oh,
weekend. Yep,
okay.
that's Saturday for
Yeah,
sure.
that'll give us some some March Madness and a fight.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I kind of see you starting to tone down. You getting a little tired, man. It is almost 1:30,
Oh,
almost 2 o'clock.
I was about to say, I was like, I gotta wake up at 6 in the morning. It's what, it's 1:30, 1:20 here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
We
yeah,
in the same time.
this is better than going back and forth on the comments.
Heck yeah, that's all I'm saying. You was writing heck along. I'm like, oh, this guy got a lot to say, man. Come on alive. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it was funny. It was funny when I read that you said that, and then you came back with like two long posts. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like he just told me that I wrote a book, and he just wrote another book on me.
I wrote a short book.
But
It wasn't as long as yours though. Hey, when you hit me with yours, I said, damn. But I skimmed through it because I couldn't help myself. So I skimmed through it. I'm like, all right. But I'm not gonna sit here. I ain't gonna lie. I consider those things when I'm talking to people because it's like, because I'll be in the comments talking box. I just like to talk smack. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm like the type of guy like I just went out and ran 2 miles this morning. I got a punching bag. I fought before. I just don't post on this page 'cause I get into a lot of people. So I kind of just troll on. I don't troll. I feel like I've met real trolls. Trolls just say nonsense all day and try to irritate you. I'm not a
oh,
troll.
that's the worst, man. I
Yeah.
that's why I don't get on too much at all because like the thing that drives me like it's cool,
Yeah, we're
like
gonna
you don't
talk
have
some
to like who
shit.
I like.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some shit,
Yeah,
but
you can
I tr-
have anyone can have their opinion, and if you bring the certain facts, like yeah, it's cool. You could debate, go back and forth. But like, I hate when people like like say
just
someone,
they just want to talk shit. They just want to like make you mad. Like it's like they don't even care about the facts. They're just like
yeah,
hurling
like oh
bullshit the whole time.
he's trash, and like no reasons why, but he's trash, and it's like
Exactly. Those
oh
are trolls.
Tank is the face of the sport, and nobody like the Tank talk is what gets me ir- irritated. Which I like Tank, but I just
I don't think
think
he's
he
the
didn't
face
care
because
and he wasted it.
Canelo's just too damn big. But after Canelo,
Oh
then I
no,
think yeah, then we are
no,
talking Tank after Canelo. You feel me?
no, but even that, like he's never done anything to. I mean, at first he did, right? He
Yeah.
when he was barely coming up, and then he got the Santa Cruz fight, and it was like, all right, even though he brought him up in weight, and he was just Santa Cruz was just there to get knocked out because
True. I think the
he
face though, look, when people say the face is about popularity. You know what I'm
yeah
saying?
yeah
The
yeah
face is just
yeah.
about like we know Clarissa Shields is the face of women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? The face is who you think about when you name something. Like you say, who's the face of the NBA? It's probably the first guy that comes to your mind. You think of the NBA. Like for me, I think of LeBron James. I don't even
Oh
watch
yeah
basketball. You feel me? But
yeah yeah.
when I think about basketball, I think LeBron James, Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a casual when it comes to basketball for sure. But those are the guys I think about when I think about basketball. So that's the same thing. I think when you think about who's the face, that's who you walk. And I'll probably will do this one day. Go around and ask random people, okay, boxing, who comes to mind? Go. You feel me? That's who the
Oh
face
yeah.
is. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I used to have that. I used to do that a lot when, because I used to play basketball. So I had a lot of black friends, and I would be like, "Who's talking about a certain fighter?" They're like, they didn't even know who he was, right? Where me and you would be like, "What? He's the champion of the unified blah blah blah," and because like you said, how you said you're casual at basketball, like a lot of people are casual with boxing, like they
For
don't
sure.
care to follow, or it's because like I said, especially like say in the black community, like you guys have so many options to relate to, and boxing might not be, you might think it's big, but in reality
It's
it's
like
there's
third. It's like third. It's like
like
basketball.
like
It's like
like
football. Yeah.
casual, like when we say like, oh, you're a casual with boxing, it's like I think 90% of boxing fans are probably casual because I just don't think people follow it as much as like you probably follow it because you're in the field, right? You train
Exactly.
and you're a manager, so you have to
No,
know.
I'm not a
But
manager. I'm not a manager. When I said that, what I was saying was, as a coach, I'm basically playing the
oh,
manager
okay, okay,
position.
okay,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
yeah.
an actual manager. I'm a coach. You know what I'm saying?
But I
Trainer.
mean,
But
yeah, but
yeah,
you're in there with fighters, and you get to see the ins and outs of things.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
But yeah. Oh, but what I was gonna say was right before, like earlier today, like at like a 5 o'clock, I just had my phone on, and there was these 10 dudes talking about they were comparing Tank and Canelo, and I was just like, are we really? And then, like I said, like people just like, no, Tank is way better, and Tank has fought the better competition, and it's just like, man, are you just talking shit just to annoy people, or?
Exactly.
But yeah,
That's a
that's the
real
one.
troll. That's what a troll is just he's just trying to get an emotional reaction. People think I'm a troll, but really what I really be doing, I really be saying that's why I really piss people off. 'Cause I really be saying real stuff. but it's like I definitely I know what I'm saying is something that it's probably gonna annoy you because it's the truth, and I'm not pulling no punches. You feel? I'm just like
Yeah.
like Gigi. I'm like Gigi's a hype job. No, Gigi's not. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, his record doesn't match up with the hype. So therefore, that's a hype job. You know what I'm saying? So and I can stand on it. If they want to debate, I can stand on it. But most people can't. I got a video, I got a clip on here with me going back and forth with a Gigi fan, and he eventually says like, "Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right." Like basically, like you can't, you can't. Gigi doesn't have the work to match the hype he has. You feel me? He just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So, and then
It,
his only biggest fight, his biggest claim to fame is losing to Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the like his. I think his biggest thing is like uh there was nobody there, and whoever was there, he was running everybody over. But
exactly.
then we can say, well, he there was nobody there. Like, do we really give him that much credit? And then he fights Jacobs, and it's like, all right, he's stepping up in competition, and now he's
He goes
he's still
12.
good. He's
Yeah.
good,
But he
but
goes 12.
he's not dominating. Like with
Exactly.
with Canelo, he was the favorite to win the first fight. He was the betting favorite to win that fight, and it's I was I went to that fight, and in person I was like, well, I could see Triple G winning, getting the 7-5, and I could see it a draw. And then when I watched it live, I watched it when I got home, and I was like, yeah, I could see Triple G. Where 60% are saying Triple G won, and then
True.
but
My
anyways,
thing with all that, like I told the other boy, my other guy, I say, my thing about close fights is if it's no robbery, robbery is when it's like lopsided and it's like clearly like no
yeah.
argument. This guy won. None of those that fight that people be like Gigi won. It wasn't a robbery. It was a close fight. You see what I'm saying? So
Well,
it's like
so so the you know what happens with that one? People bring up the scorecard, which
yeah,
I agree, but I'm like, okay, what's what Sue Bird, I guess, when she had it 118 to 112 or whatever, something crazy. Um, like you can say, okay, that was a shitty scorecard, but I still think the final outcome wasn't crazy.
yeah, it was
Cause she
close.
because she could have had it 115, 113, and no one would have batted an eye. But because she had it 118, 112, or whatever it was, everyone was like, "Oh, it was a robbery." Like, no, it was a. I mean, I could see where most people would lean maybe one way, but it's still a close fight. And
Exactly.
then the second fight, the same thing, right? I I could see. To me, I thought Canelo won, but then I could see let's say 15% of people thinking it was a draw. But just
Exactly.
I think
When it's close, I
I
thought when
think
it's
he was
close,
really good at he was really good, high motor, high energy, like strong as hell, could take a punch. And Canelo was just the more skilled fighter. And then together they just made a really good fight. Two really good
exactly.
fights.
I feel like whenever it's close, just like Haney and
Lomachenko?
exactly. Now my thing is you can pick it how you want to pick it, but you can't say robbery. You could just
Yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
it was close. You feel me? Because
I
if you
I went to I went to that fight too, and I was live. I thought Loma like squeaked it out,
yeah.
but I wasn't mad at Haney winning either.
Exactly. And that's my only point. My only point being people like robbery, robbery. That's not a robbery. The most recent robbery I seen was like nobody probably even watched this, but it was Coley and the dude from Philly. Greg Hackett's boy. He trained and he coached him. But that was a robbery. Like he that boy didn't do nothing. Greg Hackett's dude jabbed him up, beat him up. He didn't really throw no punches, but they still gave it to the other guy because of just, Greg's guy basically is old. He ain't gonna do nothing. So they gave it to the other guy, you feel me, whatever. That's a robbery. We're lopsided, you feel me? Like there's no question that Greg's guy won. But that was about money for sure. Like, okay, this guy has an actual future. This other guy doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's different. But when it's close, I feel like if it's close, man, you really can't. I don't really go around yelling robbery. Let's just absolutely lopsided. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
those are the two. Robbery and ducking are the two terms that you'll just hear over and over and over, and it's just like,
yeah, Now
Like,
ducking
all
with me, like I
right.
said, I'm big on calling people ducks because I feel like like I said again, and I want to go too long. I want to hold you because we can go we can go on this tomorrow. You feel me? I'm off tomorrow. Hey, I'm gay. I tell you, like I don't know, like my spirit. I promise you, that I was a fighter, and I didn't pop out on his page. But certain guys I get really cool with, I show them my other real pages. You feel me? I got real fights, and I done stopped some guys. So like
How old
my
are you?
niggas. I don't want to give too much of that away. Right? but you know what I'm saying? Cause like was I saying? Oh, I just I'm a fighter at heart, man. So I like to debate. I like you know what I'm saying, confrontation. I enjoy it. You feel me? So but not to the degree though, to where I want to be out here getting into a people and I'm saying stuff and now people want to hurt me and you try to hurt me and I got to
Oh
do
yeah,
something to you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like to play with it. That's why I like boxing because boxing is like controlled violence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can act like I can get in here and express these emotions. I get in here and try to hurt you and you try to hurt me, but afterwards we're both tired. We're done. Go home, kiss your family. You feel me? We're good. You feel me?
Yeah, it's
That's
back to reality. And
exactly. That's what I like. I like
well,
like
even
walking the
sport,
edge.
even like sports in general, just like with all this with boxing, right? It's all there's just so many variables and hypotheticals and opinions and why this and a lot of it we don't know. We're just assuming
True.
and based off of like, well, we think and like, oh well, because he did this, well, he's gonna do that. Like, so it just makes for good, fun debate.
Yeah,
Because
for
there's
sure.
really it's hard to even be right or wrong with anything because we're just kind of like we think based off of what we think these facts are, we assume. So it's hard to be right and wrong a lot of times. But if you're coming
Yeah.
with at least some facts to support stuff, it's like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Like, all right.
Yeah, because you one of the first guys I've actually talked to that have like a different perspective that actually kind of makes some sense. I don't agree with everything because I feel like what you're saying is true. Like that is a big factor. But I also my thing, like again, I already said it probably like two or three times, but my thing is like the range of the fighter. And based on that, that's what I try to draw because I know these are real things because I've raised fighters, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I know my guy's like, okay, that guy's a problem. You feel me? I'm not gonna tell my fighter that though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, that guy's good. And because I know it's just sparring and it's just the amateurs, it's better for you to go after those guys now than when you have to see them in the pros if you go further. You feel me? So it's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
when you meet these guys who are really good now, you don't duck them now. But it's funny because even in the amateurs, you get these coaches and these fathers who want to duck good guys. And it's like, this is where you see them now. You see what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah, this
don't
is where you want to prove you want to get
yeah,
that
or
experience and grow and
exactly. That's what it's about now. This level's about experience. The level I operate on, it's amateur. It's about experience. You don't duck good guys like you're protecting $1 million record or something. That's not what this is. This is where you fight those guys and you have your best opportunity with nothing on the line to possibly learn how to beat them. You see what I'm saying? So this is but guys watch the internet and they're watching pros and they're like, no, we're gonna duck him. And plus, they don't want to see their kid get beat up. Nobody wants to see their kid get beat up. You know what I'm saying? I know. Trust me, it sucks watching your kid get beat up. But that's the game you're playing. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know,
yeah,
but
it's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, it gets real. That's why even after the Bill, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna hold you. But even when Bill Haney, when Devin lost to Ryan, I watched him talk afterwards. He was hurt. A lot of people laughed and this, but it's like, man, your son just got the crap beat out of him, and then after that, to come find out he cheated. I was like, man, that's a tough pill to swallow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very tough to swallow because like
Yeah,
you stole skin. Like when two guys step into the ring, we both putting skin up. You feel me? You can hurt me, I can hurt you. We gonna bleed. We can really get hurt. All of that. We both put it all on the line. So to find out that you cheated and you just took blood out of me, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
I would have been furious, bro. So I would have been so furious it wouldn't
I
have been funny.
wonder. I wonder if we're gonna get that one
I think we
again. I
are.
hope
I
we
think we
do.
are. I think we are. I really do. I really do.
I'm always like Rolly and Ryan. I'm just like, and that's what and that's the other thing. Like to me with business and Tank, it's like, all right, PBC had
To me,
this roster
I,
for him. to say, all right, we're gonna fight Ryan because he's obviously a name, and we have to fight him now because if he loses, he's not gonna be the same star. He's not gonna have the same star power.
Exactly.
And then
I think David and Ryan gonna fight again because I think Ryan. One thing about Ryan, I don't like him is I don't like his character. I don't like some of the things he does, some things he said. But one thing I can say about oh, she coming look for her phone. My wife is funny. But one thing I can say about I got your phone because my YouTube was tripping. I'll bring it back up. I- I'll bring it back up. She came there looking at that. Should have woke up out of sleep, come looking for this thing. But but what I think one thing about I give Ryan credit for is that he does make the big fights. So I do think that once it hits a certain point, Ryan will make it, and Devin is the same way. Devin ain't scared of no big fights. So I think but now Devin it seems like he's pushing a little bit of a hard line. Like he's not gonna, he doesn't. He's basically saying like I'm Ryan's not gonna be able to drag his nuts all across the situation like he did last time. That's his line. He's like, you're not. I took the smaller portion. You cheated. Everything was in
yeah,
your
like
favor.
let's make it,
Fair this time.
fair.
Yeah, you're gonna test, and I want a better portion of the pie. You know what I'm saying? So now that part might be the part where Ryan and them like, no, no, we're the bigger star. We got the fan base. I don't know because Devin sells too, so it's not like Devin. Devin makes his money. Devin been making money for a while. So
Yeah,
I think
he's been doing good.
yeah, so I think there's some little things that could be an issue, but I think they will work it out. I think so. I think so. So, but I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I think we're getting
Yeah,
Devin and Rowley next. Ryan, I don't know who Ryan got up, but I think we're getting Devin and Rowley for sure.
because to me, that's like to me, Rolly is another like Barrios, Pitbull, Rolly, like so that's what I'm saying when people talk about comparing Tank and Canelo. It's like, come on, like those guys have, you know, they were just pretty much there for Tank to roll over them
Pretty
and
much.
to build like, hey, all right, Pitbull's the Mexican, all right, we're gonna help sell the fight, and oh, let's sell Barrios as being Mexican too, and here's
Exactly.
Rolly. Rolly's like nothing, like he just talks and. But he's a C-level fighter that I don't know how he even has a belt, but or did he? I don't even like.
Yeah,
I
Rowley's an
don't know. I've never.
anomaly. Yeah, Rowley is
He,
something else. How he keeps maneuvering into position.
but I just think because
He's a
he can talk
character.
a little bit and
Exactly.
he's
Personality.
he's kind of yeah he has a I he's I like to listen to him sometimes, but skill wise I'm just like
I mean, see,
I
the thing
mean
about his skill is Rolly is very strong. He's awkward. He's one of those awkward guys, and he's very strong. Like Rolly, that's what I'm saying. That's why you see Ryan act funny when he's sparring, when he's fighting him, and you go back and watch their old sparring matches. These guys know Rolly very well. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of history with Rolly. Devin Haney too. So that's why this fight actually can get interesting because Rolly knows Devin. You know what I'm saying?
and he just tries to be over physical and he doesn't throw combinations. He just like he's real stiff and he's just strong and trying to outmuscle you and make
Exactly.
it
Try to catch you slipping. He gave
yeah
Tank problems for the first 4 rounds. If we're being honest. He gave Tank had to like be patient, duck, get out the way. He was on Tank ass for the first 4 rounds, and then Tank find the opening and put him to bed. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Tank had to take a little minute to figure out that puzzle though. You know what I'm saying?
And then Tank doesn't really like people are like, oh yeah, that fight with Garcia was exciting, and I'm like, was it exciting? I mean, he landed a hell of a punch, but it wasn't like he was throwing all these punches and combinations. It was everything was like one punch and out of the way, and one or two punches and get out of the way. It was like to me, it was a boring fight, but obviously it was a nice, combination or whatever that he hard punches that he landed. But
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like, oh wow, he put a great show. It was just like, all right,
Yeah.
watch the left hook and all right, get out of the way. And I'm just kind of watching, throwing one punch. Let's see if I can land the power shot. I don't know.
True. I mean, for me, it just depends what you call exciting. For me, because I respect. I like to just see the matchup. Like, to me, in that fight, sometimes to me, like no matter what happens, it's exciting because I want to see the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like with
Yeah, yeah.
Shakur and Tio, like Shakur just did what he did, but it was exciting to me because I wanted to see that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see what happens? You know what I'm saying? And hey, these are results. You know what I'm saying? So that's my
Yeah,
thing. I don't come in with preconceived notions like I want to see a war. I want to see them go toe to toe. I just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's like when you feel you first see it, you just want to see that you give it a girl. I just want to see what it look like. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it. I just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Hey,
well, yeah, it's
I'm just
the
curious.
the anticipation of like, damn, like what's
Exactly.
gonna happen with. That's what I went to this Spence and Crawford fight, and I was the anticipation was like, oh man, and then when they showed Spence coming down the walkway and they showed his face on the big screen, I was like not just me, everybody around me, we were like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Man, he looked a little sleepy and shit. I'm
I
like,
was
what
like,
the?
did he fucking smoke something or is he on something? Because he did not look normal. And but anyways, when the fight played out, I was expecting like they're gonna go back and forth, and maybe each of them are gonna fall, and it's gonna go to 10 rounds, and I was expecting all that, and then it just becomes a lopsided ass kicking. But
Yep,
the anticipation was like fucking amazing. But
exactly. Hey, and sometimes it's like that too. For some people, you're thinking it's gonna be, I'm gonna get in here, it's gonna be great, and it's like, that was mid 6-7. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's again,
uh,
guess it's so, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, that's what it's all about, though. It's all about that's why I try to build it up. Cause it's like if you're excited leading up, it's like, it's a disappointment, but you still went on an emotional journey, and sometimes that's hey, you got an emotional ride out of it. That's what you're doing it for, man. It's all for feeling, shoot. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
but
But
for
all
sure,
right,
man.
man.
Hey, yeah, it was nice talking to you, man. Hey, you got my page, you see where I'm at, man. It's all good, man. For sure, man. We can
Yeah, man, it was good talk. Just now I'm gonna regret this tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, shit.
it be like that. See, I'm off tomorrow. I'm about to sleep in.
I know.
For sure. All right, have a good one though,
All right,
mate.
man. You too,
All
man.
right.
Take care.
Peace.
Later.